Again, everyone. Some of you may remember that I've mentioned a few times that donkey's years ago, in the 70s in fact, we lived in Virginia. We lived there in Alexandria for 3 years and we absolutely loved it. The state bird is the cardinal, and since my time living in Virginia, I've always had a soft spot for the cardinal. We don't see them in this country, but I have memories of seeing them out on the deck in the winter in the snow, and the vivid red colour against the white snow was just magical. So you can imagine I couldn't resist getting one of these Nordic sets with a cardinal. This is called the resting cardinal, I think. And we've got a branch, again, the Nordic, I think it's called sweeping branch, I don't know what it's called, something like that. You'd think I'd remember, wouldn't you? I probably looked at it just before we started. I've also got a Poppy Stamps tag, and I thought we'd put the branch on the tag and put the cardinal on the branch and the tag on the card. Hopefully, it should be quite fun. I've got a bunch of markers, three greens for that, 3 reds for this, plus black for the beak and yellow for black for the surround of the eye and yellow for the beak. I don't know if that's right or not, but it's going to look kind of bright, I think. So let me just, this one is a really easy one to put together because these little pieces for the tail just fit over each other and make kind of like a fan. Do you see it like that? And they just come up like this. So I think for those 3, I'll do the one at the bottom that's partly covered up in the deepest colour. This one, I think I'm going to do a bit of shading in that. The wing, I'm going to do the 3 colours. So that one's going to be black. That one's going to be a bit of white for where the eye is. And there's a little mark where the eye is. So if you are actually, wanting to colour this part, not to go anywhere near the eye. So you get a white of an eye. Okay, so I think we might as well just kind of get going, really. Perhaps I ought to... There is a way of putting music on videos, and I tried it when I first started doing it, and people said they hated it. Perhaps it was the music that was available. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to bother. I'll try and keep chatting, perhaps instead. Now, red and me are a bit, difficult because I tend to get it on my fingers, and then it goes everywhere. So perhaps I ought to be a bit more circumspect. Let's just see. In my conservatory, it gets quite warm sometimes. I do have one of the windows draped with a state flag of Virginia. It's got a cardinal on, and it's also got the dogwood, which is the state flower. And I've got memories of going to some of the old colonial houses, and seeing the dogwoods growing. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Whoops-a-daisy. Now I've got to decide which way round I want the colours in the wing. I think perhaps I'll do the bottom of the wing, the deepest. Let's just see. Now I love my time in Virginia. Going to Colonial Williamsburg and all sorts. Wonderful. Let's just do a bit of this. I'm going to do a bit of shading on this chap. Not all of it will show, of course. Right. This is the middle colour. That's this one. When on my Facebook page, I put on this post with a map of the world, not a map, just a satellite image of the world, really. And I wrote, "Where in the world are you?" And the response has been amazing. I just loved to see where everybody's from. And still, people are adding you know, where they come from. It's wonderful to me. And I'm lucky to have visited lots of the countries. You know, lots I haven't, but lots I have. Been very fortunate, really. Right, let's do a bit of this one. Let's just do a bit of mixing colour on this chap. This is going to be the blender. Just use the broad end. Okay, now this bit has to be black. Okay, and this one okay. Let's do a little bit of assembly, shall we? Okay. This is on the bottom. Okay, and those neatly, do you see, just fit right there. So clever, beautifully designed, absolutely beautifully designed. Okay. Just wondering if I should have put those on the back. Perhaps I'll put them on the back and then the wing. Although the fact that this is raised might raise the wing up a little bit. No, I'll put it on the front. I will put it on the front. Got a good reason for putting it this way. So this has to go on top of that. This is going to go behind. Like this. And that goes like that. Lovely. I'll need to put a pupil in for the eye. Isn't that fabulous? Okay. Let's put the wing together. Now that's going to raise the wing up, do you see? I think that's going to be quite nice. I think I will just put a bit of shading around there though. Better. Just leave this to sort of settle a little bit. Isn't that sweet? I will just put a dot in the eye. There we go. Comes alive, doesn't it? Comes alive. Right. Now let's do these leaves. I'll put the reds away and the black away and the yellow away and get out the greens. Okay, move that out of the way, that over there. I've got to decide what to do with the tag in a minute as well, actually, so that's going to be interesting, isn't it? Right, I think I'll colour the whole lot with the lightest green. Right. And I'm only going to put these extra layers onto the ones without the etching. Okay, so there we go. Okay, pretty, isn't it? So, the question of which way round we have the colours, whether we have the deepest one at the bottom or the deepest one at the top. I think we'll have the deepest one at the bottom of this one. Okay, decision made. One layer and the second layer and the third layer. For those who are interested, the greens are G220, G240 and G300. The reds are R2, R5 and R8. Okay, and the yellow I used was Y2. Right, now we stick these together. Those are lovely together, aren't they? What do you think? I think they're beautiful. Okay, so these are going to go on to the ones without any etching. So that's this one. This is why I leave my glue line down rather than doing this, so that the glue is at the end when I want to use it. There we go. Okay, isn't that sweet? Look at that. And he can sit on that. He can be resting on that somewhere like that, somehow. We'll find somewhere for him. Let's just have a look at this tag. I've got a little extra piece here, which is like a reinforcement ring thing. So that's to go on to there. I'm just wondering, I think I might do this gold. Let me do it gold. So there we go. Do this bit gold as well. Okay, I'll just need time to dry off a little minute or two. Now this, I thought that might be rather nice if we just had a little sort of stamping on it somehow. I thought of it sort of like that, perhaps partly coming off there. Just a little bit of something in the background. I think actually I'll choose something not so definite, not to have writing or script or any of that kind of stuff, but just to have some kind of shape or something. Looking at this one, let's just have a little bit of this. I'm going to go with this one, the one I've been using to put colour on. I'm going to try pumice stone. I think this is going to be better. Yes, that is definitely better. So let's put this on top of there as I've stuck that to it. I will just put a piece of tape here to make sure that bit is joined. It's a very narrow border actually. Right. Oh yeah. Pop that on. It's not really all covered gold. It's better. Leave that for a moment just to sort of settle. Put some glue on this. I want this sort of partly overhanging, I think. Kind of like that. Let's pop him on there. I think he's rather splendid. Now we need, is that dry enough to put on? Let's see. Pop that on. There's a couple of these in the set. And choose the shape. There we go. Now that's not a terribly large hole, so I'll have to see what I can get to fit through the hole. I have cut a 5x7 card base, so I would like a sentiment, I think. I think I have it this side, ribbon there, sentiment there. But what are we going to say? Isn't that nice? Do you know, I shouldn't say that, should I really? But I like it. I think that's beautiful. Right, let me find a ribbon. Find a couple of different ribbons. This one was incredibly slippery. I just couldn't get it to look right. So I just went with a bit of this organza type ribbon, and it just kind of stays where it is. So now I want to have just a little sentiment, and I thought I'd choose one of these, the Sizzix, what's it called? Don't know if it's got a name. Find Your Wings and Fly. So that's what I've got in here. I'm going to emboss it in gold, just so it matches it. I hope it will match anyway with the border. Get some Versamark. Do you know, I think that moved. I think that moved. We will see. The proof of the pudding, etc. Let's just have a look. But I have a feeling it moved. No, it didn't. We're in luck. We are in luck. Right, just cut this out, and then that will be the card just about finished. My finger is so sore where I hit it this morning. There we go. Find your wings and fly. To give this to my granddaughter, university applications. And oh, I don't know if I like it. Let me try it in black, just to see if I like it better in black. I don't know if I will. That doesn't, it doesn't kind of go with the other one. A bit more off-cut here. Let's use a bit of this. Let's stick this on. I want to be able to stick the edge and the middle, because the tape is not necessarily going to hold it all the way around. So let's just see. Do I want it in the middle? Put it on the right hand side and we'll have the sentiment towards the left. Let's try this. I'll pop that there. A little bit of foam tape on that side. This needs something to hold it down. I'll have to hold that. Tell you what I'm going to do with that little bit. I'll get a bigger one. Glue dot. Glue dots are wonderful. Put this in behind there. That one's too big. I will use a smaller one. That's got it. Glue dots are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right, now this is going to go. It's too long. Let's take a bit of that off. That would be fine. Okay, glue. Find your wings and fly. So here's our finished card. I really love these sets of dies, these Nordic dies. I think they're absolutely beautiful. And this to me is a wonderful memory of my time in Virginia. Didn't like the gold. It was the wrong gold. It wasn't the same gold as this. It was too shiny. Couldn't see it. Couldn't read it. So I'm happy. So I hope you stuck with me. I hope you like these dies as well. And I just think they are So pretty, so pretty. Bit of a fetish at the moment. So thanks for joining me, and do come back and see me very, very soon.